Welcome back to Andersen Acres. Today we're diving into one of the most striking and controversial rabbit breeds in the fancy world, the Britannia Petite. Known for its elegant arch body and lively personality, this little rabbit has earned a reputation that's equal parts admiration and frustration. So let's take a closer look at what makes the Britannia Petite so unique and why it sparks such strong opinions among breeders and rabbit enthusiasts. So the Britannia Petite originated in England during the 19th century, where it was known simply as the Polish rabbit. This is not the same rabbit as the breed we call the Polish rabbit in North America. Okay? The Britannia Petite, as it is referred to in North America, is called the Polish in a lot of Europe. But the Polish rabbit in North America is a totally different breed. We are talking about the Britannia Petite, okay? Not the Polish as known in North America. So, the Britannia Petite. Breeders worked to refine this really small, sleek animal with an arched body reminiscent of a hare, but not a hare, still a rabbit. When the breed was exported to the United States, it was renamed the Britannia Petite instead of the Polish, because it was the Polish in the UK. It's not a Polish breed, by the way. It was just called the Polish. It's UK ancestry. But when it was exported to the United States, it was renamed the Britannia Petite because there was already an American Polish breed. They didn't want confusion because they're completely different types of rabbits with different body types. They didn't want any confusion, so they renamed the European Polish as the Britannia Petite. Okay, so there's the Britannia Petite and the American Polish, two very different rabbits. That distinction is important because the Britannia Petite's hallmark is its fine-boned, racy appearance, which sets it apart from nearly every other rabbit breed in the world. Most rabbit breeds do not have this type of body. So the Britannia Petite is one of the smallest recognized rabbit breeds in the world, weighing in at only like 2.5 pounds when fully grown. Its body is extremely refined, and it has long, slender limbs, a narrow head, and a pronounced arch that begins right at the nape of the neck and carries all the way over the loins to the tail. The ears are short, upright, and well proportioned, and the eyes are quite large, and they're very expressive. Because of these features, show standards reward a rabbit that is as close as possible to this extreme arched type. That pursuit of refinement, however, is part of what makes this breed so debated. Before we talk about the debate and controversy, let's talk a little bit about the temperament. Because if there's one thing that sets the Britannia apart behaviorally, it is their temperament. Okay, yes, they look different than other rabbit breeds, but they also act different. Okay, these rabbits are often described as being fiery and high-strung and just full of energy. Unlike docile breeds that are content to sit quietly in your lap, Britannia Petites are constantly on the move, and they can be really challenging to handle even for an experienced keeper. They require experienced hands, and they are quick to squirm, kick, and even nip when they don't want to be restrained. This is true even of well-socialized bunnies. It's just something about the breed. So for that reason, they're definitely not recommended for pets, for at least small children and first-time rabbit owners. So if you've never had a rabbit before, skip this guy, come back to him later. Don't let your small children handle them. They're probably going to get bit. Okay, these guys are not tolerant of children. They don't like how fast they move. They don't like the squealing, and they don't like how rough they can be. Expect your children to be nipped if they handle this type of rabbit. They just do not tolerate some of the nonsense our kids can get up to. A lot of breeds do. My Rexes tolerate everything. Britannia Petites, not so much. Okay? Enthusiasts who do love them, however, often describe them as spirited and intelligent, with personalities that keep you on your toes. I love high-spirited animals. I really do. But when we say high-spirited, we mean if you don't have any experience with rabbits, you should skip them. Okay? I love them. That's because I like animals that have attitude. These guys definitely have it. Now let's talk about the controversy surrounding them, because the Britannia Petite is one of the most critiqued breeds in the rabbit fancy world. Many breeders argue that the pursuit of the extreme arched body type has created a rabbit that is too fine-boned, too delicate. and it raises concerns about the long-term health and hardiness of the entire breed. Because of their fragility and difficult temperament, they also have little practical use beyond the show table. So larger breeds perhaps are developed for meat, or they're developed for wool, or they made, the calmer breeds make really good companions. The Britannia Petite is pretty much exclusively for exhibition. They're not going to curl up on your lap on a Friday evening in front of the fire. They're not good eating because they're so tiny. They're so fine boned. And they don't produce a good pelt for use in wool and stuff. So really, they're a show rabbit. People who raise these guys are raising them for the show table or for the uniqueness of owning such a breed. So because they're exclusively for the show table, sometimes breeders can get extreme in adhering to the show standards. This has led to ethical debates about whether breeding rabbits to such an extreme standard is in the best interest of the animals themselves. Despite the critiques, there are reasons the Britannia Petite still has a dedicated following. When presented well on the show table, they are breathtaking, with a presence that demands attention. These guys, they're gorgeous. Okay? Their sleek profile and hair-like appearance makes them stand out from every other breed. And those who appreciate the artistry of selective breeding, well, these guys can really show off the pinnacle of refinement. It takes a talented breeder to pull these guys off. What are we doing? So someone's making a lot of noise over there. Anyway, additionally, for experienced rabbit handlers and those who understand their temperament, Britannia Petites can actually be rewarding companions. They're never going to be the cuddly lap rabbit many people expect, but they can make you laugh, right? And that matters. I mean, the ability of your pet to make you laugh is a good thing. So again, not a pet for new rabbit owners, not good for children, but for an experienced rabbit owner who's looking for something feisty and something that'll make you chuckle, this might be something to look for. But that being said, there are ethical considerations. So if you are a breeder, make sure you put the health of the rabbit first. There are a lot of breeders out there who still haven't caught up to the fact that we do need to put the health of our rabbits before anything else. Okay, before show standards, before making a quick buck on selling them as pets, we have to put the health of the rabbits first. So if you are breeding these guys, make sure that that is first and foremost in your mind when you are deciding which rabbits to breed. You don't want to end up with unhealthy rabbits just because you're pursuing this really exotic show standard. Okay, I'm just saying. But that is about it for me today here at Andersen Acres. The Britannia Petite is a rabbit that inspires strong feelings. Whether you admire this breed for its elegance or you worry about the extremes when it comes to breeding. If you've ever owned one, I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. Do you think the criticisms are fair, or do you think the Britannia Petite deserves a little bit more appreciation? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.